Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and it's Sunday morning. We're continuing on with our repotting and pruning. So today I wanted to start with, this is the last of the plastic bird baths that I had that I turned into, I don't know, bonsai pots for a few years. But as you see, they're falling apart, and I believe the roots have gone all the way down into the stand. So this was supposed to mimic a nice dense Connecticut forest, and there was some blue spruce. They died first. Connecticut red pines, they lived strong. And then around back, which I was making like a bush in the background so that you couldn't peer through the forest. This was some arborvitae, American arborvitae. Did not make it either, so I don't know if I let it dry out too much last year because it's such a shallow pot with so many trees, or if it just got totally root bound and the pines were dominant and they took over. So we're going to get started with that and move on to some other pines. So Connecticut red pines, that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, no roots growing through. Full of water though. Woo! All right, that made it into the dump trailer. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it'll come out nice and easy in one unit. Let's get the coffee out the way. Yep, that was pretty easy. Alright, so I'm not using that either anymore. And I totally missed that time. 1 for 2. Wow. I'm being rather rough around the edge. Just to pull out those dead blue spruce. There were 3 of them, 2 together and then 1 separate. I love a good blue spruce, but it is what it is. These are all from seed. February, no. We're looking at 6 years. Yeah, February 2018. The thujas were looking cool. I would just like hedge prune them over the top, and there was a ton of them, and I think that was probably the problem. Do a lot of hiking. You know, my storefront's next to like a 180-acre nature preserve. So there's just trails everywhere, little animal museum. It's really cool. So you get totally different versions of Connecticut forests. Sometimes you get a big pop of birches with that nice white trunk. Other times maples or oaks. And sometimes you get a patch of pines that they're like little lollipops is what I call them. Nice and skinny all the way up, all growing tight together, sharing the space, and then on the top is all the foliage. So even though I killed these other 2 species, I achieved what I wanted with the pine so far. Oh yeah, we're getting some really long. Really long roots. Oh my gosh. Tree neglect. I think I probably potted this up in 2021 like this. Since then, I did one time where I lifted it out of the pot, like as if I was going to repot it. And the roots were all hanging into that little white tower. So I just did a quick rough prune those longer roots and put it right back in with a little bit of fresh soil under it. They hadn't really taken as a forest yet, and I just didn't want to mess with them too much. You know, I've got the top in between the trees is a thin layer of some moss, and it's not growing up the trunks or bothering it. I think it's kind of preserving the angle of where everything's at, and that's what I don't want to change. Since they've been growing naturally towards the sun in a nice tight group, I don't want to mess with that. I'll probably just rake a little more out of the bottom and then get it in a pot. Which I'm definitely running short on anything but nursery pots, so everything's going to start probably moving forward unless I put it right back in the pot it was in. I have a lot of broken terracotta pots. They're probably going downgrading into a plastic pot again. Say if you repot and alternate years, do like a third and a third over 3 years, you only got to upgrade maybe, you know, a third of those third pots. They're not all going to break in 1 year. And that's how I was doing it and upgrading everything, and now having kids, all the extra money goes to them. And some new gym equipment for Body Natural Health Solutions. It's my day job. I just got a nice Peloton Tread Plus. There's one dead pine in here, pulled that out. And a bike, and waiting on the rower. And then a Freedom trainer. And you gotta put the money back into the business sometimes. Just like this, I don't have, I think I maybe made 250 American dollars last year on this channel. Thank you very much, subscribers and viewers alike. So I got a couple of new pots and some good soil, perlite, things of that nature, tools. Put it right back into the channel. It wasn't much, but it's always cool. I don't have to feel guilty about this hobby taken away from family funds. All right. That's how we're looking for now. A little close up. Hopefully this is in the view of the camera. Just nipping those outlying roots and some of the ones that are reaching upward. A lot of these are probably from the previous trees I just removed. This is a crazy root trying to grow upwards. I'll get rid of that. All right, cool. Well, every once in a while another one drops down. I'm just nipping it off. Hopefully these pines respond well. Last year I did a complete candle removal on a lot of my pines, and I caught a lot of, you know, counselings, verbal counselings, written counselings about how I was gonna kill them. That's the energy they need. Those are the straws. Blah 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 to heal from pruning off the other candles, but every single one of the pines, black, red, or white, survived. So this might be something I'll do every couple of years because it really cleaned it up and allowed me to get all new growth in there. See what I had. I wired a few. All right, what we got for pots? Oof, don't have much. Nope. All right, I'm gonna go to the nursery pot section and I'll be back with y'all in a minute. Stand by. All right, just grabbed a stack of them. I think I'm gonna go with the terracotta colored plastic for these guys. Started with some decomposing mulch at the bottom. These wood chips are about 3 years old this spring. So basically they just start turning into nicely decomposed. I add these to my garden beds and stuff for weed control. Some pine needles in there. Do that as a base so I don't just use a ton of soil. Need a little more. It's like it was meant to be. I like it. Stabilize it with some additional soil. And then, like all the other repots, I'm putting them back in the garage for a couple weeks because we have some 29-degree nights on the horizon. And just to be on the safe side with the roots, I'll keep them a little bit warmer in the garage. They should stay above freezing, sitting up on an old shag carpet I got for free, specifically for winterizing my trees. And no rodents this winter, and everything seems to be budding out nicely and healthy, so I was pleased. Last year I did a combo cold house, some recycled windows off the garage, and then some just sitting in mulch outside, and they did fine. But I took down that cold house because it was just all glass coming off the front steps, and it made Laura nervous with the kids learning to walk and stuff. All right, sweet. Not gonna bother counting them, but pines aplenty. Candles are just starting. So no need to prune it right now. Well, that's interesting. Getting a bulge at the top there. Let's take care of that. Yeah, when I take these all out, that's when I'll prune off the candles and such. I don't know that I need to do much other than that this year with this guy. All right, let's find some other pines. So I've got, boom, big planting here. That's a mixture of some Scots, red and black. Same here. Got this one. This is probably a personal favorite. Check out that root spread, base of the trunk. It was over a rock. I was trying to train a Yamadori white pine. And then it looked cooler without the rock, so there it stands. I did wire this without wire. I used some workout straps, held it in place for about a year, and I just love it. I'd say that tree looks my most established. The rest of them, just youngins. There's my Japanese black pine forest. Oh gosh, I love that one. Japanese black pines, they just have those aggressive needles. They're starting to get shorter. Hell yeah. So I'm gonna get to work on those. All right, y'all, so that's gonna do it for today at the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and for my family, yours, cheers.